Hey, Steve. A wise man once said, kick someone's ass the first day or become someone's bitch. Of course, you may run into some problems on both of those fronts. First of all, you look about as intimidating as a butterfly fart.
The anti-Trump organization, better known as the Lincoln Project, is facing a lot of backlash after they decided to put out this ad. I don't even know what the point of this ad is, but they're essentially making light about the possibility of Steve Bannon, a Trump advisor, dealing with sexual assault in prison, which, to be sure and to be clear, is a very real problem in our prison system. Something that our elected lawmakers should have done something about long ago. But the Lincoln Project is making light of it because, hey, if Steve Bannon gets sexually assaulted, that's totally fine. He's our political opponent. So we're gonna show you more of that ad, but we do wanna give you a warning because of obvious reasons. Making light of sexual assault is not okay, and this could be triggering to some. With that said, let's watch.
First of all, you look about as intimidating as a butterfly fart. So kicking anyone's ass will probably result in becoming someone's bitch anyway. Of course, then comes the problem that you've clearly let yourself go for, well, I guess you've always looked that way, haven't you? Either way, you should probably explore some more options. We humbly recommend you check out the skinheads. They're organized, their haircuts are easy, and there's a really solid chance you all agree on just about everything. And look, we all get it. This is a big interruption in the election season, and you're barely gonna have time to plan your next coup. But try to take some time to reflect on things, okay? We'll be here waiting when you get out.
Thanks for watching. Our audience has helped build TYT into the media giant it is today. Together, we can accomplish anything. Support our work and join us at tyt.com/team. I mean, look, when you put out political ads, it's usually to accomplish something. The only thing that this was meant to accomplish was mocking Steve Bannon, who's now serving a 4-month prison sentence after being found guilty of contempt of Congress. He defied Congress when they subpoenaed him, and as a result, he got convicted and is spending time in prison. Look, what he did was wrong, and I'm not a fan of Steve Bannon, but I don't think that it's a good idea to make fun of people getting raped,
You're so weird sometimes, Anna Kasparian. I don't understand you and why you can't draw pleasure from the simple things in life. No, I'm kidding. I agree. We've talked multiple times on TDR about Steve Bannon going to prison, and repeatedly in every clip, I point out that I have no interest in him being brutalized, murdered, or sexually assaulted. I find it weird that you would. And I would love it if right-wingers would use this as an opportunity to think, well, since I don't want the guy I like to be raped, maybe we should change the situation so nobody has to worry about being raped. I don't actually expect that they'll learn that lesson. All the January 6th prisoners haven't been enough to get them to want to reform prisons, unfortunately. But I think the Lincoln Project here it's a perfect example of who they are. They put out a lot of ads. I enjoy some of them, but it's pure. It's made for a specific person to experience the best feeling. Yeah, screw that guy. He sucks. It's something terrible. He's gonna be raped. It's made to give that feeling, and that's why they have like the sort of stereotypically like beautiful woman's voice mocking him. It's like, oh, it's like a woman making fun of him. It's a very different thing than what TYT has ever aimed to do. Just right. Lowest common denominator, primal emotion. We don't expect anything of you. We're not gonna ask you to be a better version of yourself. You feel whatever you wanna feel, and oh boy, is it gonna feel good. That's what it is.
Look, I think there's a real problem with the never Trump Republicans becoming associated with or even being absorbed by the Democratic Party. Now, look, I've definitely heard from Democratic lawmakers who have pushed back against, the Lincoln Project, which is staffed with Republicans. These are all never Trump Republicans, Bush era Republicans. These are not our friends. But, there are factions of the Democratic Party who see any enemy of Trump's as a potential friend. And I don't think they're our friends. And I don't think that it would be beneficial for the Democratic Party to be associated with this type of branding, if you will. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
100%.
I don't think it's ever okay to make light of brutalizing people, even people that have committed crimes, even people who are political opponents and want to do awful things to our democracy. I don't care, okay? Being a party that supports brutalizing political opponents, not the party I want to be in. And to be sure, Democrats don't go out and do stuff like this or put out ads like this. Again, this is the Lincoln Project. But I do want to give you a few of the reactions. So Phil Labonte, who's a singer and contributor from Tim Pool's podcast, tweeted the following: rape is funny when it's someone we don't like. You also have a conservative journalist, Chad Felix Green, who said, as someone who has survived rape, seeing it used as a political weapon is disgusting beyond words. I totally agree. No one deserves to have that happen to them. It's not something to mock your political opponents with, but this is just who they are. And see, this is the thing. When you say this is who they are, for people who don't know better, they would just assume that the Democratic Party is putting out ads like this. But it's the Lincoln Project, staffed to the brim with Never Trump Republicans.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. I really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.